Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How
Nice.
are you?
Yeah, everything's alright. It's been a while actually, I think.
Yeah, it
So,
has been.
yeah. How is everything? How is your in-game progress and such?
Well, I did take a bit of a break. I think like the last couple months, like I wasn't really like grinding Overwatch. Uh, just because like the game was like making me too mad, and I also like I had to put some more time into work, so didn't really want to play too much Overwatch. But I picked it up again. Um, back on tank. Uh, I am playing. I did join another like a little like in-house Discord tournament kind of thing. It's nothing serious, like a little like draft tournament, but like it did sort of give me a little bit more motivation to try and grind tank again.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And what your tank hero pool looks like so far?
I think it's about the same as last time, except there's definitely a lot more Ram and Zarya, and I've been playing those two heroes like a lot
Ah,
more.
yeah, Zarya is
But yeah,
quite
I still
meta.
play Winston. Yeah, yeah, she's really strong, and I just find Zarya really fun just because the kit is pretty simple. Um, So, like, it's just two bubbles, but it's like I don't know. I just feel like there's also like a lot that I could be doing, a lot more that I could be doing than just like I think it's a lot more complicated than just simply getting charge and then just like killing everything.
Yeah,
But
for
like
sure.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
Zarya's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think a lot of people miss the nuances on how to play the character since it's been non-meta for quite a while actually. So could be quite good
Yeah.
to look at as well. Okay, makes sense. What is the tank you want to focus on today with you?
I'm actually not sure. I've collected a couple of replays, so it's like I have some replays. I have some Winston. I have some Ramatra. I think the one like Zarya VOD that I have where that I might want to get reviewed is like we kind of got stomped, but I also feel like I was lost and there was definitely things I could have done better.
Yeah, Zarya would be pretty
Um
interesting to review for sure. Since I remember our last sessions, we kind of focused partially on, well, it's been other tanks for sure. So maybe if your
yeah.
hero pool looks like this, might make sense to focus on the Zarya a little bit more, but well, up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I think the Zarya is good. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, cuz I have been playing like a lot of Zarya in the tournament. Like we the way we've been winning a lot of our matches is just Zarya Reaper.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
I
this
just
is
double my
fine.
Reaper and
Honestly. Yeah, Zara is pretty good.
yeah.
There's also even Ramatra, I feel like it's much less picked. You actually, if you saw the pro play, some of the guys been playing Reinhardt too because they do quite
Hmm.
well in the Zara matchup overall. There's just overall good brawl tank as well if we having kind of more stacked team too. But yeah, Zara is
Yeah.
quite good as well. If you have the Reaper, you have the Genji overall. Sometimes Tracer, but I feel like the Genji is more valuable usually. So yeah, you definitely can take
Hmm.
advantage of the bubbles quite a lot too. Yeah, okay, let's start with the Zarya. And overall, what do you feel like? What do you struggle with? What do you feel like you do well? The usual stuff.
Yeah, I tried to do I've been actually doing a lot of like self-fodding. Um I know one of my very first mistakes was like prioritizing charge or yeah, like
Ah,
prioritizing charge, so it's kind of like
yes.
wasting bubbles. And there's
Yeah.
always like good opportunities to like enable my mates or even like getting bubbles forced out to just like random poke. Um so I just try to do other things like take cover more and not worry so much about my charge and just kind of focus more on uptime. Like even if I have like zero charge, but I have like both of my bubbles, like I'll just still like just shoot the enemy and just be try to be very patient till they actually like push in and I bubble, or until I see my teammates push in, then I'll bubble them. Um, yeah, I guess I guess my focus is like trying to get more value out of my bubbles rather than just trying to grab charge and then Yeah, just getting charged and just
Yes.
trying to damage or whatever.
Yes, exactly. And you're exactly right, because especially now with Overwatch 2 Zarya, you don't have that second tank, and you cannot afford yourself to farm charge as much. It's rather using bubbles to take space, or help your teammates to take space, or like even simplify it to one simple statement: enable aggression. That's all. You need to enable yourself being aggressive or your teammates. And it's really a lot about that, in my opinion. But we can take a look and see how is everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are times when we can fish for charge, but it's less rare, especially with this Overwatch 2 Zarya overall. With Overwatch 1, you definitely had more freedom. We usually had those sort of rule: you have 2 bubbles for the poke phase, you sort of just build that charge, and then after that you carry the fight with the high damage output, and then you enable the active members. But yeah, we can take a look.
Yeah.
Can take a look. See, I think there's gonna be a lot of us talking about the bubble management exactly. Maybe some other niche things too, like your right click. But I think it's mostly bubble management, and the biggest connection is probably your positioning at this point. It's just how I position, so you can take advantage of the bubbles, and your teammates can do that as well, in my opinion. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's take a look. So far, right. So this is the VOD, and can you see the stream?
Second. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Is there anything else what you want to add besides what you mentioned so far?
Like pertaining to Zarya?
Yeah, I guess maybe something general too, or what do you notice? Maybe something you struggle with as a player overall. Maybe regarding the practice. Maybe anything really.
Yeah, well, okay, so actually one thing, especially, okay, so also for context, I'm currently Masters 2.
Oh yeah.
So especially when I play in like higher rated lobbies, one thing that I struggle with is these players, they're very good at like playing, like avoiding me on Zarya. So if I play against like mobile heroes, like the Sojourn will like slide to like a super far angle, and I'll have to like walk all the way over there to reach the Sojourn. Like they're good at like keeping their distance, basically. So it's like, I feel like there's so much downtime for me because I have to make my way over to the target I want to put pressure on. Um, and then like by then they could end up getting a pick or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess it's like proactive. I guess I have to like proactively position myself so that they can't
A
like
lot of
just
times.
easily run or.
A lot of times that's the case. There's one of the weaknesses of the Brawl character. You have a lot of capability to just deal with anything, whatever's in front of you, because you have the bubbles, you're just able to sustain so much and have such big damage output at the same time. At the same time, it's going to be really hard for you to catch people. You don't have any mobility at all. So a lot of the times you need to force an enemy to make a movement, or if they're gonna expose themselves for whatever reason and you have a good position to punish them, then I think you can go for it. But mostly, it's going to be proactive positioning. I always emphasize this. Obviously, somebody maybe could tell you, especially if there's more of a team coach, they could tell you, well, maybe you could be playing like this and this. But honestly, even in the pro play, one of the best solutions is typically if we are being proactive with forcing things on ourselves. And this way you can carry most of the fights, really. That's how you see the best things play too, anyway. Obviously, there are some situations where we have different plan. Maybe we can just wait, yeah, not being proactive as well. But I think there's more niche scenarios. But keep in mind, this can happen where you're not being proactive. But mostly, we need to think about how to be doing something by ourselves. All right. Can you see the stream? Is it working here?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Can you give me some context about this game? What is this? Is it a rank game or a custom one?
Right.
Look.
Yeah.
It's a what again? Sorry.
Ranked game.
Yeah, rank game. So you solo queuing in here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, just always good to know for the context. Maybe if you bring some team watts as well, since you mentioned you did join that, we can also take a look at that too. I think the scrims is slightly different. There's gonna be a lot about how you guys plan and communicate, and just knowing your own setup too. But that is something what we can talk about going forward later. Okay, I see that you're looking to fast rotate, right click. That's perfect. No, all the small mechanics. That's fine. And for this map, actually, do you remember something specific? What do you struggle with? Is it still kind of not sure what to do with the bubbles? Or, yeah, is there anything else? What do you think?
Um, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It is anything particular. I think there's like I think there's definitely times where I waste bubbles, but I feel like the times I waste bubbles were pretty minimal.
Hmm.
Maybe I might be wrong, but I feel like it shouldn't have cost me the game. I think
Hmm.
that thing I definitely did struggle with was actually getting to people.
Right, right.
Like at some point here, you'll see like the sojourn like slides across the point or like to the other end, and I gotta walk all the way over there.
Yeah, yeah. That's gonna be definitely the hardest part too. Right.
Yeah, see like
That's
they're all the way over there.
yeah. That's good you're rotating though. Try to push them. That's definitely something you have to do. Even though we have no mobility, you still kind of need to do something. You also have the point control, which is nice. So there are some percentages ticking in your favor. And who
Yeah.
knows, you guys might take advantage of that going forward. The fight is pretty long. Okay, let's see how it goes. They probably will win that, I assume. Yeah, unless they really mess up something. But yeah, okay. Well, there are some things to keep an eye on, but I just want to look at the second fight as well. Okay, what are we gonna do with the graph? Okay, this guy's run in. Sure, bubble the brick. Okay. Okay, sure. This could work. Counter push. Counter grab. There push. Always wideable. There are also not too many things you can grab realistically, so I think just
Yeah.
whatever opportunity you take, whatever you see, even the one person is gonna be really good. Obviously, ideally you wanna have those guys clumped up in the choke somewhere and then try to grab more, but honestly, this is still good enough. Alright, I think it still would be valuable to talk about the bubbles a little bit, because I see you doing pretty decent, but some things probably needs the polishing. So first off, what you can think about is, when do you bubble by yourself and when do you bubble your teammates? So we usually simplify into statement such as, we enable any sort of aggression, but there are times when you have the opportunity to fish for charge. Let's put it this way. We kind of can differentiate on two phases. There's going to be the poke phase. Yeah, we talked a lot about that with you probably on the other characters too. And there's going to be the brawl phase. And 80% of your value is what you do in the brawl phase here. And you exactly need to enable the aggression. The only problem is, are you correctly identifying, is it the brawl phase or the poke phase right now? Which is, for example, here, we are walking in, we pretty much kind of start off with pretty far. I think you have time. You have time to fish for charge, but you need to be really careful. We usually don't want to spend two bubbles like you would do in maybe Overwatch 1 back in the days. So one bubble
Yeah.
can be okay-ish. You sort of can get it back by the time the actual fight will happen. You see it here. I think you're using the corners also to make sure that your bubble is not force perfect. The action happens, and you see there's a lot of aggression towards you, and you enable yourself in a way with this bubble, enable aggression. Now my question to you after is, what do you think about this bubble here? Do we have time to do this bubble now, or do we need it for the brawl phase at the moment?
Like the bubbles I have on cooldown, or am I about to use
No,
one?
we're using it right now.
Oh. Oh, that's a massive waste. I realize.
But why? Why is it the massive waste?
Because I guess we're technically in the brawl phase. Like people have committed,
That's
and
true.
I think that also is my last bubble before I have like another
Yep.
long cooldown
Yep,
to get another one back.
Yeah, exactly. I think even fishing for charge with your last bubble could be okay if in the poke phase, but now you're gonna get in a hard brawl because the point is about to get unlocked. It's 1 second, so we usually expect people at least to try to touch, and at the same time, they are pretty committed, right? You see all those guys over here, there are multiple angles trying to take, yeah, and this is where you really need that bubble potentially. And meanwhile, you're gonna have this one here, but then what about the second one? Maybe this is something what could help out your teammates, who knows? Maybe there's gonna be later on your backline, maybe it's gonna be you as well. You can just keep sitting here, and because you do, then you grab
Yeah.
more of the attention of the enemy, right? This is one part. And another is, I want to constantly think about, when I enable aggression, then most of your team should take advantage of that. And I'm trying to think how to put it. Let's see. Let's see. So, for example, if I have my teammates over here, you have Echo, you have Wu Yang, you have the Surgeon, you have Brick positioned over here. Then their positioning, what it tells you, what is that space you're fighting for right now?
Point.
Yeah, you're fighting for point. So ideally, you need to make sure that you bubbled at the exact time when somebody crossed the line on the point. Technically, this guy kind of crossed the line, but I'm thinking, is there a chance we can bait this guy to do something even more? So, or like anybody else to do even more. So they cross the line where your teammates can be active right now, because it feels that why your bubble get forced is because of the Surgeon over here. But is it something what your team can control? Or like even the Skier Core, is it something what our team can control, right? So this is what I'm thinking. How can you position to make sure this is still proactive and your bubble is only forced if they're crossing the line? Or what should he be doing?
Yeah. I'm gonna hug the corner until the Sojourn like fully wide peaks the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of like peeking the Sojourn myself.
Yeah, exactly. So they're gonna be crossing the line, and your bubble exactly allows you to stay at where you are. This corner can be quite okay. The right side corner, yeah, it's probably not good one. I think it's always better if they peek this way, and maybe they even try to go after you. Even this guy, if he runs in, sure, this could be good enough reason, but we cannot just go after those people right now and being that is not as valuable, let's put it this way, yeah, because nobody can contest the space with you. Now your Echo is pretty far, the Surgeon's pretty far, so we need to be careful. Yeah, your first, I think there have been good brawl bubbles before. Yeah, some of the bubble been kind of wasted for probably charge, and then this here we just need to be more patient. Yeah, it's exactly this brawl phase once it starts in. By the way, this is also not bad corner too. If you position here, maybe somebody crosses the line and then you're like, oh, okay, I can use my bubble. But now we don't have any, right? So you cannot even help your teammates too. If the Smaugr runs in and slams this guy, what about that?
Yeah.
Maybe we can just bubble that right now. But
actually notice I do make that mistake a lot. I do recall there's plenty of times, especially even on like control points, like and like Samoa or Oasis, while I'll be holding a corner, the enemy team will be pushing the corner, and instead of just holding, I'll push around the corner and then bubble for charge and try to damage them a little bit, but then it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
We kind of same idea as the Sigma. I think back in the days we talked about that with the shield placement. We need to be only shielding for the space which matters. So the bubbles, it's exactly the same. Let's actually, I just want to make sure I write it down too. So we have two phases. We have one poke phase where we maybe can fish for charge a little bit, but brawl phase the most important. In the brawl phase, we need to enable aggression. That's one thing. And another thing, we need to bait an enemy to cross the line. Yeah, it's just make sure that when you bubble, let's put it this way, yeah, trade bubble in the space where most of your team can be active. I think even you don't have to look at the entire team all the time. At least starting with just talking, what are my DPS? I think usually with the Zarya, it might make sense to run the Zarya if you have something like Reaper, Genji. In this case, you have Echo, so it's not bad for sure. You can also bubble Echo quite a lot. Other bubbles is just going to be probably on you, or you just bubble something what's gonna be the aggression. Yeah, like Mauga runs in, okay, I can bubble that. Or maybe Tracer runs in, gets in the close range, I can bubble her as well. Anything else would be pretty hard, like trying to bubble Surgeon, Shot, really unrealistic, but possible but hard. It's mostly either ultimates or this sort of stuff. So yeah, exactly, trade bubble in the space where most of your team can do stuff. I suggest track DPS and maybe create that visual line. Exactly, look at what line they need to cross. Once they cross in the line, you can try to be doing something. But yeah, with that in mind, let's keep watching.
Does that require me to look around and see where my team is positioned?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. That is. I think without that, it's gonna be harder to make that decision. We're starting here. You kind of focus on the enemy team entirely. And then you kind of not
Yeah.
sure. Well, it makes sense. You use a tank, you need to fight active angles. Like this surgeon is active, but it just doesn't make sense to fight now. We kind of want to trap them in a little bit. Maybe once they start walking a little bit more, and you have the bubble for that, that will be perfect. But our bubble got used like here, sort of. Yeah, it's like a little bit early. They're not been peeking yet. If they would be peeking here, Mauga walks in, then you bubble. Potentially try to avoid them with cover first, and then bubble. That would be even better. But it just makes it so much easier. Yeah, so it's exactly gonna be... While you're at the corner, you're gonna be looking, checking. Really, really important that you baited this stuff and those guys to go in. Okay?
Yeah. I think, yeah, one. Okay, so yeah, I think a good thing for me to do as well would just be check where my teammates are. Like, I'm assuming before the fight happens,
Hmm.
because I think one thing I've been deliberately trying to do as well is because like if I find myself like turning around like mid fight, looking at my teammates, I feel like I miss a lot of opportunities, or I also just get too distracted. Um, I feel like it messes with my gameplay. But I think looking, I guess, just having a general idea of where they're positioned would definitely help me.
This is always good. You watch the best players on the tank. I think especially someone like probably Hardy is really good at this. You watch him play at any level, at any game. He's always looking around. I know he is also
Yeah.
not Zarya player as much. I believe, well, the other Zarya players like A10 probably back in the days. They also look around a lot. A really good Zarya. Back in the days, there's been one Kafi in EU ladder. Also played. Well, he's in EU, so yeah, played with him, against him quite a lot. He's really good at that stuff too. I think there are no words of him, but he's been one of the best Zarya. 4.8 peak actually back in the days was allowed to climb that far. But anyway, you have to look. Yeah, you have to look around and check, and it might seem that you will be missing opportunities, but in reality, just gather information, and with all that information, it allows you to make better decision. The thing is, at the start, it might feel a little bit slow when you try to track your teammates, sure, but the more you do that, the faster it will be. So it will not require you like 3 seconds even to read all this stuff. You're just gonna be half a second, even less than half a second. You turn around quickly, that's all. That's enough. And your brain will exactly read what's going on. Yeah, you just build up the speed through multiple games, and it should be good. Yeah, does it make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah. No. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So check where most of your team is. This is gonna be also good. Right. What else we have? Now, this fight at this point is pretty chaotic. We are... that's second time. Let's see it. It's gonna be maybe more interesting. See, by the way, this is why this is not bad here, actually. See, this guy is really getting more and more aggressive, and you kind of have your teammates around to help you out. Maybe it's not as much, but at least you're able to get solo kill, and there's a surgeon who has potential sideline to get a kill on this guy. This is what you're looking for. If they are really crossing the line, where your teammates can be active and do stuff, right? With their cooldowns, with their damage, I think it's gonna be alright. So I feel like this graph is definitely not bad there. Why not? You can take that opportunity. After that, let's see. It might become a little bit tough because you guys need to stabilize a little bit more. Okay, and it's just sort of unfortunate. The surgeon got picked off, been a little bit spread here. Yeah, well, it happens. Also, Flashpoint might feel a little bit chaotic in general, but it's okay. Okay, let's see this another one. Fighting for the high gun? Oh yeah. I mean, this is where the point is. Okay. Patience on the bubble. What about this one? What do we bubble? Yeah, this is what you want to be careful with. Is it? Do you feel like it's forced bubble here, or what's happening at this point?
I think that was deliberate to get charged, and also I just decided not to push in because their Sojourn was so far, and their Mago was also so far in our backline. I was like, I'm just gonna turn around and help my team because I'm not reaching the Sojourn.
No, I'm just thinking. Are you in the poke phase now, even, or are you brawling?
I would consider this brawling.
Because this guy runs in. This guy is
Yeah.
literally... I think he has the cage, so there's sort of more freedom for him to do stuff, but I don't think you'll have time to fish for the charge, so you'll probably just need to do something else with that. It's either... well, what do you think is your choice then? What do you do with the bubble at this point? What should you be looking for?
Probably bubble teammates and turning on the Maga. Because
Mm,
her Sojourn slid out, like, I highly doubt she's going to be able to capitalize on anything if we push.
yeah. I think
Right, it's like
really
inching in our back.
just get those guys. You know, they're really out of position at this point. They're not playing like Ball Tracer. They're playing Mauga Tracer. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be one of these as for you to punish. It's like I said, just any sort of engagements like this where they're full end with their mobility and just getting close. You can bubble that or bubble yourself, obviously, while being proactive. But there's nothing what we're forcing yet because we're just fighting outside of the objective anyway. And like this bubble here, let's see. What do you think about this one too, by the way? Sort of
It does. That friendly was a waste. Yeah.
What was that for though? So you anticipating the tracer or actually where the tracer went? Should
Maybe.
we
It
go
might have been
back?
a mix of Tracer and Sojourn. I also think, like,
Uh-huh.
when I notice when a lot of stuff happens around me, that's when I tend to be very, like way too generous with my bubbles. I just start giving out bubbles. Basically, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess it's like panicking or whatever. But yeah, I get a lot of these like situations I'm just wasting bubbles.
Well, in this case, if you feel like this happens, I think you just need to look at the triggers exactly. Like I said, you need to always enable aggression. Yeah, you need to make
Yeah.
sure that there's something's happening, those guys being active, and then you can bubble that. It's just there are a few triggers for you. Like for example, here, when do you exactly know that this guy is gonna receive a lot of pressure? What can it be based on? What it can look at and read with your
I think
attention?
one factor could be him being 1 HP or
Okay.
low. Like if
Yeah.
he's low, the Tracer is definitely going to push that.
Okay.
Um,
So HP is the factor, sure.
yeah.
What else?
Um,
Imagine you playing Tracer right there.
yeah.
And what will tell me as a Tracer player that I should commit after this we are more? What I should keep
Oh,
an eye-
if I see him use cooldown,
Yep.
if he's used his wave already, or he's got
Yes.
he used his shift.
Okay, so it's gonna be cooldowns usage. It just is exactly after that, especially if they use something, then it can start being more aggressive. You know that, oh, like this guy's more vulnerable. At the same time, when they're
Yeah.
using the cooldown, this is most likely gonna be the reason why. Yeah, maybe we can also sometimes enable that. For example, my Echo goes in for the beam combo. Well, this is a good time to bubble. They're using cooldowns. I'm enabling that. I'm enabling aggression. This is gonna be perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Um, I don't know. I guess for the Ruyang in particular, to maybe enable a play, like if he ults and wants to just like send it into the Sojourn or something, maybe I can bubble him.
I mean, ults
For
could be
extra
the
protection.
factor too. Yeah, the ults could be the factor too. Sure.
Yeah.
We already got three. It's HP, cooldowns. I would also add another one, it's positioning. And positioning mostly about if they're in the front line more or they're taking off angle, then you usually need to make sure that, well, you can target that more, basically. And right now, if you look at this Ouya, I'll just go back a little bit. Yeah, so we're starting here. I'm just gonna read what kind of triggers, yeah, what is happening to him now? Is he using any of the cooldowns? Is there a HP trade? Is he critical right now? Is he positioned more aggressively? Yeah, what kind of triggers you see right now?
I think the only thing I could say is semi-aggressive positioning.
Positioning,
Just because
yeah.
he's peeking the Sojourn at the
Yeah.
same time the Tracer was just on him.
Yeah, exactly. Positioning is sort of the trigger there. At the same time, they're not exactly taking too much damage, so this is something to keep an eye on too. Yeah, we always enable if there's gonna be the pressure, then you're always gonna be like, oh, okay, I can bubble that. Yeah, when the HP exchange actually starts. Yeah, HP exchange. Yeah, making sure that there's a pressure. Let's put it this way. I will write it down. pressure should happen. And yeah, so there's only one check mark basically, and the other you can give that the cross. Yeah, right now nothing's happening with the cooldowns, nothing's happening with HP too much, and ultimates, well, we close to ultimate, but we're not using anything, we're not enabling that play either. So one trigger out of 4 is usually not enough. I think ideally you're looking for at least 2 or 3, and then you can make the decision to exactly bubble. If your teammate died still for whatever reason, then maybe just look at it again. Something you didn't recognize, didn't read, maybe. Sometimes even anticipating could be good, but yeah, maybe it's also not your fault sometimes. Because now we're being a little bit too cautious. A little bit too cautious with the bubble right now.
I think that's also the tricky thing for me when like self-voting is dictating what's my fault or what's not.
Yeah, I mean, always look at it like, if you know that most of those triggers are there and you didn't bubble, then it's your fault. If most of the triggers are not there and this guy died, then, well, I guess that's their fault. Sometimes it just happens. It's okay. I think most of the time, look at it fundamentally. For example, here, what do you think? This bubble here, what it does? Does it bleed now?
Okay, so yeah, so the target, like, I didn't deliberately intend to bubble Moira. I just wanted to bubble somebody that was back there because I knew Malgo was back there.
I mean, sure. But why bother to bubble, even, if the Malgo is there? Why not to hold on to bubble?
Yeah, I don't know. I just assumed they were fighting the Malgo and the bubble would help. Yes, but I didn't even actually see it.
Yeah, because the intention is good, right? They're fighting the Malga, they need to make sure those guys are alive. It's just the triggers. Are those there right now? What kind of triggers you see?
Yeah, I haven't seen any cooldowns come out. The HP's full.
Yeah.
I think the positioning. I don't know about the. I think the positioning's fine. Like
aggressive.
With the, like the Malga really just sent it in. Yeah, we're just kind of trying to walk the point.
Yeah. Well, accordingly to if their Malga was here, the Tracer is here. Maybe it's slightly more aggressive, you could say. But yeah, other than that, it's nothing really. It's just only one as positional. But you always need to make sure that the pressure is happening. The pressure should be happening at least, and this could give you the information. I want to bubble. Always think about it this way too. If you don't bubble now, then you might force the enemy to make a necessary mistake. What if the Tracer blinks in and she's gonna commit the blinks more, and then you bubble after that? And it's gonna be much harder for the Tracer to live that. But now when the Tracer sees the bubble, oh, okay, I'm gonna wait. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go out to maybe this will not expose them as much. They will properly reset, and then after that, your teammates will not be able to win the fight as much yet, because, well, we didn't bait. Yeah, think about your teammates as a bait too, partially. It's just this Tracer commits anyway, but the smarter
pulses.
Yeah, yeah, and exactly. Who knows? Maybe she sticks someone as well. Imagine you bubble that. That's gonna be huge.
Yeah,
it's gonna be huge.
Okay. So, so is it safe to say I have to see these things first? Like, I can't just assume.
Yes. You can assume. Okay. You can try to anticipate, but do anticipation so you prepare it mentally, and then after that you need to see things and then act accordingly. We can never just assume. There's always been the thing. Overwatch 1s are Overwatch 2. The bad Zaryas, they don't assume things will happen. They exactly try to anticipate and then see, and then exactly bubble. That's always the best, works the best. Like here, I'm looking at this Ouya. Okay, what triggers are there? I see that they are taking more aggressive position. That's one. Another thing, they're using cooldown. They're using shift right now. And HP exchange actually started. Then 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. Actually, they close to ultimate too. So this might be even almost 4 out of 4 at this point. So this bubble totally makes sense right now. Yeah. And then you exactly think about yourself the same way. Yeah, what about my HP trade? What about my positioning? What about the cooldowns? Well, I guess you don't have any, yeah, well, besides the right click, but yeah, maybe something about your bullets, how many you have to, but no, I think that's all right. Yeah, let's look at it now. Let's start in. Okay. So this... What do you think about this one? Well, this is a little bit harder one, but yeah, what are your thoughts?
I can't tell if I think my intention was to bubble the Sojourn because she was dueling theirs. And I think the Maga just running in was a coincidence.
Hmm.
But I guess it happened to be a decent bubble just because the Maga ran in. Or maybe if I was waiting to see something, then I could have held that bubble for a little bit longer until the Maga was fully done with his like shift.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think it's gonna be even better. Exactly. Maybe you can even think about that I have this bubble and I can also be more aggressive. Like for example, here, right? Having two
Yeah.
bubbles is gonna be the game changer. Just gonna be easier for you to enable this venture, just in case maybe there's gonna be second bubble to also save your surgeon too, or maybe bubble yourself. Who knows? You just need to exactly look, oh, what's happening. Usually it's going to be harder. If you're trying to bubble for the long range damage, I think this is one of the hardest things. I would probably just aim towards what is that short range stuff happens. My teammates, they do something, I can enable them, or I can look at the enemy team, they do something, then, well, sure, I can also disable them. But I make sure triggers are happening. A HP exchange, and make sure the cooldown's being used, and then you can do your own stuff on the map. All right, does it make sense, or any questions?
Yeah. No, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Now, like here, this is good. There's a good bubble right there. I think you basically making sure that you bubble that important cooldown. Yeah, this is C. They've been committing actively, so why not? Well, we were set. That's good. Okay. Started pushing. Attention on Tracer. Sure, okay. And what do you think about this one?
I think that one was good because I saw the Kiri committed. Like I saw something happen.
Right. Would you let the Kiriko
Um,
to shoot once, maybe, like, make sure that she actually hits the shot, or maybe bubble right away?
yeah,
What are your thoughts?
maybe.
'Cause,
Yeah, if I see that HP drop, then yeah.
I'm
Because we
thinking,
could also force
yeah.
the Kiri out without using anything.
Yeah, because I'm thinking exactly. Make sure this happens now. Sometimes, if you know there's gonna be a lot of bursts, which is gonna kill your teammates, then sure, maybe you can just bubble right away. That's usually if there's gonna be like ultimate, especially, then you can use that. But in this case, maybe just let her hit one shot at least. There's nobody else who can really follow up. I think the Tracer is in the backline. So you need to be aware of that. But other than that, as soon as you see the HP drop, just bubble. I think. Even better.
Mhm.
It's still not bad bubble though, because I saw the commitment. This guy is pretty aggressive position, so why not? Okay, what about this one? Yeah, so this is exactly
That
something's happening.
one,
Yeah, I see.
yeah, that one's not great. Like I just saw bullets and then I just buffled.
Yeah,
But yeah, it not good.
this guy stopped being aggressive. Yeah, the thing is, he used the cooldown, but the HP exchange is not happening. It's really important. The constant activity. And this guy, whenever somebody's behind the wall, and let's say they're low HP, this is not good enough. You always need to make sure that activity is happening. Yeah, pressure should
Yeah.
happen. That's what we say, mean by enabling aggression. Always pressure should happen first, and then after that, you look at everything else. Now this guy, it's basically better for him to, like, let's say they go in now, you bubble him exactly here, that would be good. A lot of the Zarya
Yeah.
players as well, they communicate that too. They say, okay, I have bubble, I can bubble you, like Genji, Venture, yeah. And basically they start going in, you see, okay, they're using the drill, or the probably HP exchange starts, and you bubble that slightly of a second later. Yeah. I mean, this is fine. It just feels that not sure. It's maybe
Ah.
trying to peel for the backline here, or yeah. What are your thoughts actually? What should you have done
Yeah.
as your bubbles?
This is the dilemma where I find myself in is like I have to because I also don't want their Sojourn to just peak for free. I feel like the enemy teams like they just like timed this well. Where the Sojourn's peaking the same time the Maga is going in. So it's like I have a decision to make where I have to be aggressive and kill their Sojourn, or I can turn and bubble somebody on the back. Or maybe I could have done both.
Can you?
Bubble
Yeah,
somebody in my backline, grab the Sojourn.
exactly, exactly. You always trying to also sort of disable the enemy aggression too, right? You see something's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, then there are two members. What can I do with my fire and with my bubbles? So this time it's gonna be this guy here. We can bubble, and then you will exactly shoot this here because you're really close. And well, realistically, this is more dangerous than the Mauga too. You always disable enemy aggression with your bubbles as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. Probably you would save one teammate. The graph is decent. I feel, yeah, they kind of started walking towards your space too, so... but that part is also makes sense. Yeah, they start peeking. Your teammates can take advantage of that. And now...
Yeah, that self-bubble also might have been a waste, I guess. Because it's like, when I do aggressive plays, like I grab, I just want to like W key into the grab and like throw as many right clicks and then like, self-bubble.
Yeah, it
And,
just...
I don't know if it's necessary.
Yeah, you just need to exactly wait for the pressure to happen on you as well.
Yeah.
You just make sure they are exactly paying attention, and then you can do stuff afterwards, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because that Malco's like 1 HP. Like, who knows, if I had an extra bubble there, I could have possibly killed him.
Yeah, well, our attention as a tank is always on the activity. Activity where the enemy do something, we either shoot them or we just use the cooldowns there to make sure that their aggression stops. Yeah, we absorb the pressure with that, with our bubbles, and your charge is basically the same thing, but you're just keeping the enemies out because of your charge. You just shoot them, like here. Yeah. So this one is decent. Yeah, we bubbled the surge. I think the bubble broke even. What happens there? Oh yeah. So the really good bubble there actually. Yeah. And you see the aggression, the positioning pretty aggressive, and the same time HP drop. Well, you know the cooldown's happening right now, so this is gonna be good. A second bubble too, decent. Yeah, managed to live through. Unfortunately, nobody touched.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those cases where I think you have to make a choice too. I think the initial bubble is good, but at the same time, it's like, do I enable this guy? Do I enable myself here? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember, this is overtime.
Yeah, I could have just touched point and then self bubble because he's also got a mercy pocket, but
I mean, he might die actually, but
yeah, he was also half.
the trade is gonna worth it probably because at least we have a chance of controlling the point.
Oh, also he was ulting. I just realized, so maybe it was worth it to bubble him.
Yeah, but at the same time, what are you telling with this bubble is I'm enabling my teammate, so I hope this guy will carry this fight right now. But you never know. You never know if he's gonna touch now. Like, what if he's not? Ideally, well, he should, and we could blame this guy, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure you should bubble him at this point, because this is overtime. If that would be not overtime, probably would be okay bubble, in general. A really good bubble. Yeah. Well, right now, we have to make a choice. It's either... I'm sure that I will touch the point because I'm being aware of it, and I don't know if this guy is being aware at all. If they're communicating, I'm gonna touch point, and then I have bubble. Sure, then this works. Sometimes they still mess it up, I guess, but anyway, you need to make sure that you're under the control here, 100%. This probably would be the better choice for you. Just start stepping on the point. You'll have a chance of winning this. Maybe you still lose, who knows, but at least you tried. At least you try to make the most optimal play here. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. It's self-bubbling there and touching point probably would have...
Yeah, again, if they communicate with you, I'm gonna touch the point, then sure. I think you're fine, if you're really confident. With Rango, you cannot be sure, though.
Yeah, and in all honesty, when I queue ranked, I literally just stay out of voice the whole time. I know it could be beneficial to me to, like, join voice, but I also like the idea of, like, perfecting every bit of my gameplay so that I can climb without it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, this is good. It's just as long as, you know, it's your performance is all, first of all, I think it's gonna be alright. Really, it should be all good. Okay. Well, so far we are... yeah, this is gonna be tough to survive, so need to reset for the next point. And what about this one? Yeah, what do you think? This bubble here.
I did see my venture shooting the Maga. Or I saw the Maga at the same place in my venture. Um,
Is it
like
the
I,
HP though?
but his HP is full, yeah.
Yeah, the HP is still full. In reality, whenever you see the blue shields too, ideally let them trade the blue shields. It goes the same for you too. If you can trade the blue shields, those regenerate them faster, generally speaking. So I can just let them do that. And then after that, I've hopefully baited the enemy team enough so they start shooting my guy, my venture, and then you can try to bubble them afterwards. But now they're even escaping, so this makes it even not as good right now. Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you 100% see the commitment, then sure, but triggers. Yeah, but one
Yeah,
position trigger is not enough.
like if my like if the venture was sitting there like in front of the Maga 80
Yeah.
strafing and shooting him, that would have been better.
Yeah, but again,
Then that's like,
HP is the more.
oh
Imagine,
yeah,
yeah, because even when she's shooting, and she is aggressively positioned, make sure the HP happens. It's still gonna be at least 30%, 20% drop, and I'm gonna start using the bubble on her. That will be even better, because who knows, maybe this guy misses all the HP, maybe we sustain this venture enough to, but yeah, just think about your
yeah,
teammates as a bait too, anyway. You can make sure that it's like Life Fever grip, really. If the best Life Fever is using the grip right at the time when we're gonna about to die, and this about to die time, you're more likely to force out something big from the enemy team too. Maybe they commit the ultimate, maybe they commit the just multiple cooldowns to kill you, and to disable all of that with one grip, that's gonna be huge. And this goes the same about your bubbles. And it's such a huge tool. I mean, the bubble, it's like, it can be okay in here, right? But it just, you can sneak in even more value, to be honest. Yeah. Like, for example, okay.
hours a waste. Yeah,
So it's like not
I
too bad, but I think you need to like bubble here, probably. Just so they
yeah.
committing the ultimate, and then say, okay, aggressive position to maybe 2 triggers is enough. Why? Because when they're ulting, usually there's gonna be more attention too. So even regardless of the HP, this could be better. I would still be like, let them drop the HP too, to be honest. So it's gonna be sweet triggers right away. It's just the only concern is you might not see them, so I'm not sure. Maybe you can bubble them even earlier, but don't bubble right away when you see them shifting in, because you don't know. I think you need to make sure that you see things first. Like, if they're exactly communicating you, I'm going in their backline really deep, yeah? So you know HP exchange will happen, or 100%, then sure, maybe it's worth it. There's also there are also no 2 stones to see to bubble, like pre-bubble, like sleep dart. Yeah, like maybe Mauga can be the one, but yeah, it's exactly should be happening here. They use the slam, I bubble. Ideally, make sure the effect is not happening. So it's like right before an animation starts, you
Yeah.
kind of hit that, and they would be okay. Yeah, attention the backline. This is good. Well.
It's kind of another one of those situations where they just all went around me,
Yeah,
and I was like, who do I go to?
I mean, what are your thoughts here? What are you done here? Is it fine, or should you done something else, or what are your thoughts?
Uh, I think I could have turned again to the cage. I think it's because I think the right decision here had been turn to the cage just because it's closer rather than wasting time to chase the mercy. Because I could have given another bubble to somebody that's in there.
No, it's just more activity. It feels, at least with the bubbles, right? When you make sure we're there. Well, also, there's
Yeah.
nothing to bubble for us yet. Now it's like this is good that you're keeping an eye on the active guys for the most part, right? But at the same time, need to make sure that the bubbles are happening. I'm really like, when you do this, yeah, because this is good play overall to like hold their backline, yeah, make sure that you're not turning too much attention, but make sure you kind of, if you're able to do a little bit of both, if I know there's a lot of action happening here, maybe it's worth for me to bubble, just like at least one, and then after that you can try to do your own stuff with the damage afterwards. I think it's gonna be one more worth it.
Yeah.
Well, what about the next fight? If you do force a lot of the attention, you see the triggers are happening, and sure, but it's just been not happening yet. And like we said, we're looking at the triggers. All those guys, you saw a lot of triggers. Ultimate been happening, the HP drop been happening, the cooldowns use been happening. So this is a good target to bubble, but you can always decide, do you shoot that exactly? Yeah, because you need to shoot what's convenient. If that would be more convenient to shoot the surgeon, if she's close, sure, go for it. If it's not, then shoot those guys in the cage, right? It's your choice what to shoot at this point, what's more convenient to you based on the position. But
Yeah.
bubble's always going to be based on the triggers. Like here, we kind of assume, oh, this guy walks forward, but they didn't start taking damage. In reality, the surgeon is the one who actually started to take damage, but you bubble her, and well, I mean, you bubbled the rancher who was behind the corner, and now this guy is also escaping. And yeah, like this bubble ended up not too bad, but you just need to wait for more commitment. Like in here would be probably better because you saw the drill dash. There's enemy cooldown coming in. I know the HP cooldown, HP exchange is happening, so that would be great bubble. You have one, but you would also, it would be good to have two just in case. Yeah, like here, probably would bubble who? Would bubble the Venture and the Surgeon too? Yeah, who they... Oh yeah, your Kiriko cleansed, and where's your Surgeon at this point? Yeah, they're like here. I think this is harder though. But the long range shots, I'm not sure you're even able to. It's really hard. You can sometimes, but I think this is the best thing you can do. It's just make sure you enable that short range. No, 1-for-1 at least. Okay, walking forward. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think this graph could be the game changer there. But the intention is fine. It just probably don't... maybe grab the corner here would be better. Yeah, you see here. I think we just didn't flick our crosshair. What happened? It just seems that...
Wait, sorry. Wait, sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah. I'm just curious. What happened with the graph here? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah, I think I just whiffed it. I think I wanted to get the Sojourn. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. So I do this thing where if I see a lot of people like together, I think I saw what was it, Kiri that also ran across my screen.
Yeah.
I want to get all of them, so I like shoot it like in the center where I think it could grab all of them, but then it's just like too far from everyone.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'll probably just targeting the biggest evil at this point. Just whoever is the most convenient might be okay, honestly. I think this Surgeon grab would be decent, just a little bit unfortunate to miss that. That grab would be the game changer for sure. I still might win this fight, actually. Okay, Kiriko cleanse for Stout. Okay. Yeah, complicated. Okay, fine. Yeah, well, there's a lot of good stuff, I think, mechanically, especially a decent position in your role. I feel like there's been some things we talked about right at the start. Yeah, making sure that your teammates are active and you are active as well. Check where your teammates are, and then you exactly trade in the bubble in the space where most of your team can do stuff. Yeah, you need to make sure you do a little bit of tracking there, and this is gonna be even better. But mostly bubble management, yeah, needs to be polished. It's mostly for brawl phase, let's put it this way. Yeah, for brawl phase, it's just so important at this point. Right, do you have any questions about this replay?
No, yeah, that makes sense. I'm glad we went over this. It's a lot of bubbles, definitely is better, and I'm glad we cleared up like the things I need to see, rather than like just kind of assume things are gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is nicer because I don't have to think as like in a way I don't have to think as much, you know. Like it's like react. I think then I bubble. I don't have to like overthink.
Yeah, this is kind of, I would still say you need to try to anticipate, sure, but when this anticipation is going in your head, it helps you, right, to make the right decision. This is good. It's always high level stuff, but at the same time, after that, you will be exactly reactionary, like you said. Yeah, if this is happening, then I'm using the bubble and sort of being a little bit too proactive with that. Yeah, like assuming that, oh, this damage is gonna happen. Let me bubble that person. No, I think hold on a little bit, and it should be alright. Yeah, stuff like that. Okay, we still have some time. What do you prefer to do? We could possibly do a game on Zarya. We could possibly look at another WOD, another tank. What are your thoughts?
See, I kind of want to do a live like review of Zarya, but also like almost like 80 to 90% of the games that I play, Zarya gets banned. So
Oh, yeah, that's just true.
it's actually been really hard to get Zarya VODs. There's even Zarya practice in,
Mm-hmm.
because Zarya's almost always banned. And then if I want to play a brawl tank, I just end up going Ramattra.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Um,
We could also do the review. We could just look at the another tank if you want to.
yeah, I think that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Okay, meanwhile, I will finish the summary and should be good.
Okay, I think I have one. I think I have one where I actually played both Winston and Zarya.
Hmm. Yeah, we can take a look. Yeah, if you want to also different word for Zarya, just seeing how is the different map, different situation. Could look at that too. Okay, I think the summary looks good. Yeah, we could summarize. Can summarize at the end of the session too, as usual. Okay, now this here. Oh, Ilias. Yeah, Ilias is decent. Okay, and yeah, again, this is you, right? On the Winston.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, are we watching the Winston right at the start, or we want to skip to Zarya? Oh, you actually start on Zarya pretty soon. Yeah, just
Yeah, because
right
I
after the first fight.
I walk out like when I was like not even one chicken, but I really, really, really wanted to get good at Winston. I would just like play him into counters and everything. But I think at this point I was just like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I walked out, saw the Bastion kill my entire team, and I just said, yeah, I'm not gonna
Okay.
bother even trying Winston.
Okay. Oh, actually, not too bad comp to play against. You just need to make sure you play around the turret mode. You kind of soft dive, turret mode happens, go after Ana, but we'll cast Mercy. And yeah, Zarya is
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, this is also more of a brawl map too, anyway. Okay, let's look at the bubbles here again. Yeah, so we're good with reviewing the Zarya here too, or...
Yeah, if we have a time for, because I think I do play Winston for an entire round. Well, but I think only that round I play Winston.
Oh, it's
So,
alright.
yeah, we could do this.
Yeah. Okay, so your first bubble, again, I just want to see. Your first bubble starts on this person here. You see what's the problem right away?
Yeah. Um. Yeah. There's no CDs, no health drop. Maybe aggressive positioning, but it was also like I didn't really like he wasn't even taking any attention.
No, this guy's
Like he's
just
rotating.
standing still there. He's not receiving anything. And I think the intention to just look after him is good. Like we said, anticipating. Yeah, at this point you will be like, those guys on my team, who will be going aggressive, who I might bubble. Yeah, so what do you see? You see the Cassidy, you see the Tracer. And right when the stuff happens, then you bubble them. Or you bubble yourself. Yeah, like let's say we have the bubble for ourselves later, that will be cool. The Tracer, actually not bad. There's been a lot of commitment. Let me see. Yeah, the HP drop is a little bit harder with the Tracer though, that's the only thing. But you at least saw them using blinks. This is good enough trigger. And you also see that the positioning is pretty aggressive, because there's a lot of attention, the grabbing. So at least 2 triggers is usually enough, really. 2 out of 3, yeah, if we not including ultimates, because you don't have any ultimates now, so it's just good enough, the bubble. But then also our second one. Yeah. Now you have time to push for charge, if you really want to. By the way, small thing here. I'm pretty sure you can climb going from here to here. I think if they didn't nerve the like, yeah, didn't nerve that like how much it boops you. But I'm pretty sure if you do this, where you right click at the air and then you right click above below you, then you can wall climb this. You can try this though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is possible with like double. With the perk, it's 100% possible. The perk, yeah, they still remain the perk, right? They didn't remove it with the patch.
Yeah, the jump perk, yeah.
Okay, so it should be good. It should be good.
But yeah, I almost always use because the other perk I feel like is really powerful. There's
Mm.
the other one that they have now that's instead of, or the other perk you can choose instead of the jump perk
Oh
is
yeah,
your
yeah.
right clicks give you 2 energy.
Oh yeah, this one is really good too. Yeah, I mean it's kind of with the right click. It's really if the maps, if you have a lot of verticality and you need to kind of keep jumping between the high guns, might be more valuable on Ilios. Not sure you need that. I don't think you have too many high guns, so yeah, it should be okay. But if you're playing like Dorado Zarya, then I think
Oh yeah.
probably you'll need it. And at the same time, we could also be running like Winston at that point too. So yeah, that's really just getting, making sure it's being more versatile. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Okay, your Cassidy's using an ultimate. By the way, I see that, yeah, you're actually not using the bubble right away. Yeah, this is good. Holding. Tracer bubble. Well, feels kinda, yeah, they received a lot of pressure. They used blinks. Kind of makes sense, sure. Critical guys. And sure. Yeah, feels that you guys should be fine overall. This one is also can be like an exception too. If you really like pre-bubble, something like the res, can be okay. But at the same time, what she's resing. Yeah, the trace is really far. Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's still okay-ish because you have time. You have time, you in the poke phase now, so you get the 2 bubbles back.
Yeah.
Okay, now this, let's just focus on our positioning a little bit more too, because we talked about that. Now, look at your team, and then think about what is that line those guys need to cross before you're using your bubble right now.
Yeah. The Zarya needs to peek around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was essentially me trying to get charged, but it was like too late.
Yeah, exactly. You just, in the brawl phase, don't think about the charge at this point, yeah? Make sure that once this guy peaks, you have the answer. And you see exactly, they have the answer to you to do something. They have nano, they have graph. But now, it's going to be much harder for you to live through that because you only have 1 bubble. Imagine you have 2. I think you can tank all of that and probably also hold more aggressive position as well. I think you probably also... yeah,
I could have bubbled the res too.
yeah, there are a lot of things we can be doing, but you definitely need to think about what's that line they need to cross. So we're not just using the bubble early. Yeah, we shouldn't be using it too early, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, take the high ground there. Yes. Oh yeah, they got the jumper, or.
Yeah, I got caught off guard by that.
Yeah. I mean, they died too. And kind of just overpeaked. They see their mistake there. They just went in too far. Yeah, they would be playing like here on the edge and even go this way. That would be really cool. But they kind of went in and they peeked your side line. They crossed the line essentially, and then you bubble. That's perfect for you. Even though you lose the HP, they die at this point. Yeah, I just kind of made the mistake there. Well, we took a little bit too much damage there too. Yeah, but don't want to go too much aggressive. And probably also hold this corner here if you want to still shoot them. Just let this Kiriko heal you. And we'll be alright. But yeah, probably you also killed them with the right click, to be honest. Also, if you don't want to peek the rest, just right click around the corner, do damage, and enough. That's gonna be enough. Okay. Cassidy did not miss. Okay. I mean, it's hard to also not miss the Mercy Rising, but, well. Have the graph here. Okay, what do you think about this one?
I think that was a bubble that got forced out by me. Because I guess I like crossed their line. If that makes sense.
Yeah, What should you do
But
then?
yeah, I was definitely tunneled on the cast too, and I think I also got caught off guard. I was trying to find my way to the cast, but I could have just walked inside the main instead of
Inside the
out into the
cage.
open.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cage here. Maybe they kind of go here, the bubble, and then you use the bubble a second in a way. Yeah, that would be cool. Essentially, you guys been able to punish them. You have some decent ults here with the Kiriko, with the Zarya, but maybe it can be done with cheaper. Yeah, with cheaper ultimates. I mean, just one Kiriko would be enough, or maybe one Graph would be enough, so you don't need all that stuff. You have better ult economy, just in case of the touch, the point. Which they probably
Yeah.
do. Should be able to. It should be. The Tracer is there, 100%. Okay, Tracer dies. Good for us. Now, we should be winning. Cassidy? Well, shouldn't do too much. Yeah, okay. What about the second? Are we on Zarya? Okay, Winston.
Yeah, Winston.
It's something new now. Yeah, might be actually
here
good
I
to
stick-
discuss. Oh, yeah?
Oh, I was saying, yeah, here I commit to the Winston, even though they have Bastion.
I think it's fine. You have a lot of high grounds to play around, so why not? What are your thoughts? What
Yeah.
are the problems? What do you struggle with in here, if you remember, of course?
Actually don't. I don't think I don't know if I think I really only identified one problem here, but it was very niche. Is that I like tunneled on killing somebody with my primal. I ended up dying for it.
Hmm.
Because a lot of a lot of why we lost this, I think, is because they were also stuffing our spawn for like 3 or 4 fights in a row. Like we couldn't even really like push out a spawn to get back to the point.
What do you think about this bubble here? In a similar way, like we talked about the Zarya overall. What do you think?
I feel like it's not bad because I
Mhm.
see a commitment from the Bastion. I see cooldowns and he's clearly turned on me.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have to jump out immediately because I have no armor and I'm also inside the bubble with him. So
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to use it.
What about your teammates? The bubble in relation to your teammates, like we talked about on the Zarya.
Yeah, I definitely
team
didn't
capitalize on
know
it.
if my teammate close or not.
Right. It's maybe not even necessarily that your teammates have to be close. I think they need to do something right now. Those guys right here, once they will be crossing the line, or like maybe you know that my Tracer is with me at least, and there's a chance to get a kill, then I think it will be easier for you to commit a bubble. But in this case, nothing's happening. Those guys kind of standing still. Well, the question is, what do you do? They just stand still? Well, just shoot them. Don't use the bubble. Yeah, maybe use your right click. Maybe try to soft dive. It's kind of you pretend to walk in, jump back. Yeah, once this guy uses something like this for him. And then after that, they will be walking because they have no choice. They have only 4 seconds left. They have to touch the point right now, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be all right.
Yeah, so in the ideal scenario, we'd want the Bastion and Zarya to walk a little bit more forward, like almost on the point before I go.
Yeah, make sure that this line is happening. They exactly going to be crossing that and see what the opportunity is for us here. Maybe we can try to still go on the Bastion, maybe try to go on the Mercy, but then it's going to be done together with your Tracer too, probably, which is going to be even easier for them. Now, this becomes pretty tough, yeah? You kind of went in first, then your Tracer goes in, then you're going after them, but I think those guys, well, the Tracer here, they might recall out, will be complicated. Yeah, I see kind of the thing there. We just need to make sure we're on the same page slightly more. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. You guys still have an advantage, so you should be securing the point. But the line? Yeah, the line is gonna be cool. Like, I call it the kill box. I think the line is just easier term, but the kill box is even more interesting because you exactly know what is that area where your team is attacking. It's just all the line of sight with all the pressure where it meets. Yeah, you can also look at it this way. But make sure the commitment happens. Okay, right now you guys just getting the staggers, so should be alright. I like that you kind of going from behind. The positioning is fine. Positioning is good. The little mechanics there. This guy is a little bit too aggressive there, 100%. You can try to punish him. I would still probably would prefer you to try to bait him a little bit more. Think about it like Zarya too. Yeah, pretend that I'm not here, maybe go somewhere else. You see that they kind of low there. So I'm not too sure. Did you have time to maybe try to set up? Yeah, like we have the cooldown. Yeah, it's just we got it right there. So maybe you don't even have time to set up. But I would also always preferably let those guys to walk in a little bit more and then try to cut them off from behind. This is gonna be even better. But I guess this also
Yeah.
makes sense when you went in from the front. If you see them really low and your jump was on the cooldown too. Okay, yeah, sure. Reaper's a little bit tough to fight, but you guys have an advantage. Okay, sure, good. Don't need anything. Just get the mercy. Yeah. I mean, the really long fight, but honestly, I don't even think we need the Kitsune. You just kind of keep fighting those guys. Oh, Graph? Okay. I mean, we good. This is a little bit too much, I feel. So there's nothing's happening to your team.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's... Well, this is Zarya walking in, but what if you just punish her? There's no follow-up whatsoever. So, like, you just punish the Zarya, and then when there's real commitment happens, then you primal. It's still not too bad because Zarya walked in, but I'm not sure. It just kind of feels a little bit forced. Yeah, like, because this matters more now, in a way, yeah? Like, when this guy's really committing, when, you know, there's gonna be slight disadvantage, too, especially if your Cassidy is dead, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is the time for me to try to carry this. Maybe you try to get environmental kills, too. Disrupt the rest, too. Yeah, maybe try to, I don't know, just make sure you displace somebody. Yeah, but mostly it's gonna be Zarya, environmental kill, or the res is gonna be cool. Yeah, stuff like that. Okay, do you have any questions so far as well, or we can keep going with this?
Yeah, no, everything makes sense. So
Yeah, get that. Sure. All right, and just need to take the time. Take the time, set up. You still have the advantage here. Yeah, make sure your bubble is not forced. Good. Yeah, nice patience there. Reaper dies. You die from the back though. Feels decent. Maybe sneak in even more value there. Decent setup. Not sure about this one. What are your thoughts about this here?
yeah, I actually don't know. Cause like
Maybe
I
reacted to
wanted
the
to jump their
Reaper?
back line. But I was like, there's no way I do that without dying. Because I don't have my bubble. But maybe instead of jumping out towards my team, I could have.
This guy's one shit. This is crazy. This
I didn't
guy's
even
one.
know that. Oh,
Yeah, well, he dies instantly, but yeah.
yeah, maybe I could have set up deeper instead of jumping out, but also it's just like I saw one Wu Yang back there, and then I assumed there's 4 people pushing my. So it's like I don't even know if it was gonna be worth it to dive the Wu Yang.
Because the thing is, if you exactly reacting to Reaper, it kind of might make sense because they start walking on your backline. Then your reaction here, like why you jump, is good. At the same time, I want you to look exactly. Is this like really does a lot? Just have a second look, and maybe you notice that, oh, this guy is dead right there. So now you would
Yeah.
wait, and then there's gonna be actual commitment towards your backline, or maybe your backline commits, and then you would like go now, and you probably would disrupt the Raz as well, and you can also maybe try to jump in the Zarya a little bit easier, right? So it's not too rushed. Yeah, make sure they're crossing something. They're crossing this important space where you guys are fighting. But now this Reaper is alive, they're razzed, and your teammates were not able to get as much value because we kind of engaged a little bit too early. I still got some, right? This turns their attention around, yeah. They start capitalizing with it, but I think like a second later, and us being patient, looking around, would work out so much better. Hmm. Yeah, doesn't make sense. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. At this point, you guys just need to reset. That's all good. Okay, setting up. High guns good. We are... Well, this guy's making commitments, so sure. Try to engage. Really hard comp to play against as a Winston now, actually. All of
Yeah.
them are really hard targets. I think the only one is the Mercy, maybe Wuyang sometimes. But the Mercy is probably the easiest, I think. The Wuyang, with all his sustained mobility, might be even harder. Not sure, actually. Yeah, if they stuck like this in the enclosed space, then sure, you can go for it. That should be fine. It should be fine. If you get the sweeper...
Oh, actually, here I didn't primal. I think. Yeah, here's like okay. This is where I was getting nervous about stepping off a point. But in my head, part of me was thinking I should just primal and chase the Wu Yang that was just in front of me.
What
because then he re-peeks and gets the bolt off.
Now, what should he do in here?
Like I know this. I see there's 4 of my teammates on point, so I could have just. But I just didn't want to leave point because I was scared of C9ing.
No, this is true. This is one of those cases where... Remember that point with Zarya? Need to exactly see with your own eyes. And if you're trying to anticipate that people touch the point, then you cannot leave it. But right now, what do you see? Is there anybody touching the point right now?
Yeah, my backline. Both of them.
Yeah, your backline's touching the point, technically. There's also the kind of bounce, a little bit. Yeah, exactly. So, this is good enough. If you know this is happening, then go for it. If you know this is not happening, yeah, but you're trying to anticipate that they might touch, no, it's not gonna work. I'll probably sit here, yeah? But in this case, you have even this tracer too. They're touching. So, I think you need to be committing for something in here. The primal is one of the cases...
1 HP too.
Yeah. It's like one of these things where the primal kill here would be good. I don't even think that you have to wait for the enemy to do like too much. If you know there's 100% good kill, ideally you need to track the Wuyang ultimate there too. If you're able to, that would be really nice. If you trap them in the corner here with your tracer, you just ult them right away. They probably will ult by themselves, but I think it's better.
And the Reaper could die.
Yeah, I think it's still better here with this. Okay. Well, let's watch on the third point. Hey, why no Winston? Why Zarya?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because I had a hard time on Winston on that. I normally would play Winston here though. Like almost always, like I would play Winston. I just felt like I was having a hard time on him on that well map.
Yeah. I mean, the comp is hard to play against for sure. This is also gonna be a long sideline map too, so might be complicated. Get booked out, but yeah, I feel like Zarya is okay. Zarya is gonna be fine. Mostly just keeping an eye on their Reaper, Tracer. You can bubble that, or honestly, I think you mostly bubble yourself, or sometimes you can bubble Tracer too. But yeah, we just need to be really aware. If the dive's happening, then bubble that. This Zarya is going on really deep adventure here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well... Yeah, you do need to play slow somehow, this composition. You have the Widow, you have the cast too. Just somehow we need to live through the engage, really. You just need to make sure this is happening. So, your... awareness, it's either they go aggressive on you bubble, or you just need to bubble somebody who's being aggressed on. Like, see, I think this is partially also anticipation here. If I know that my Tracer's fighting here, might be also not too bad to actually bubble the engagement too. If I know they're being aggressed on, so we just kind of live through that. Yeah, live through their active brawl phase, and then afterwards we can do something. Okay. Oh, what about the second fight? Well, it's good that pushing back, yeah, remaining in the charge. That's great. Now, Zarya with this perk might seem a little bit annoying though, jumping around. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's been happening here? Well, we kind of just taking a little bit too much space. Your team is a little bit too back at the point. Yeah, you see, the bubble trade happens right not on time, yeah? We're trading the bubble, but those guys are not ready yet. Yeah, we just need to make sure that we... yeah, this could be the good bubble if your backline's here. Yeah, so they need to exactly cross the line where your team is doing stuff. So in theory, based on where your backline is, they should be crossing the choke before you using the bubble. So you'll be positioned, I don't know, like here, or maybe in the choke, or I don't know. Yeah, I think that's all realistically, maybe bottom as well. But if you walk like this, yeah, then make sure you take the time. Yeah, good teammates, they're gonna go around, yeah, get back in the fight, and then it's gonna be easier bubble. Those guys will be pushing in. And like now, probably, yeah, they will be pushing in. I maybe sneak in here, and or like, yeah, I think this is realistic. Like left lane, and then they start walking, I can bubble. I always keep that in mind. If you also have those small brawl guys to play around, they always will try to engage first. So if you're able to live through that, it'll be really good. You must bubble yourself or you bubble your teammates. It's gonna be good. Just play it slow. You have cast surgeon, so just keep poking, force something out would be good. Yeah, stuff like that. I think this is most about it for today on everything. Maybe do you have any questions? Or we good to summarize?
Yeah, no, that all makes sense. Cleared a lot of things up. I'm definitely more confident in my Zarya now, or will be when I apply those things.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, everything will be alright. Yeah, let's try to summarize then. Make sure that we got everything so far. So what do you think?
Yeah.
What are the main points for us?
Yeah, well, the big one that we covered on the first map was the friendly bubbles. Like I have to see, I'm wasting them a lot because like I'm just kind of giving them away, like trying to assume a lot of the times. If I just wait a little bit to see something like a cooldown, ultimate, low HP, or even just like commitment from the enemy, like Maga shifts in, those bubbles are going to be really good. So that one's a big one. And the other one I think we talked about is the line. Basically, being aware of where that line is and having some idea of where my backline or not even just backline, but the rest of the team are. Just that way I don't end up like forcing my own bubbles by like over peaking. Instead, I kind of like let them peak, and then if they decide to, force aggression on me, then I can bubble myself. But either way, my team can follow up if I kind of play around that line.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be good one. Always, it's like gonna be 2 layers exactly. You enable your aggression. Look at the triggers. Yeah, don't forget the triggers. It's always gonna be make sure the pressure is happening. The pressure should happen. And then we look in the HP, if they're close to critical, if their cooldowns being used, if the maybe ultimate's being used, or in position is being more aggressive, then go for it. It's usually enough for you to just enable most of the triggers, usually 2 out of 3, or like if you have ultimates, then yeah, at least 2 out of 4. But yeah, at least 2 triggers should be there on average. On average, 1 trigger is usually not enough. But if you have person with even 3 triggers, that's always better. Yeah, just as many as possible. So we use the bubble right at the time to bait out more stuff. Yeah, because if we bait out the enemy to push in a little bit more aggressively, maybe they're gonna be using more cooldowns, more important stuff. It's always valuable. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, I think this is gonna be good.
Oh yeah, also the other thing was like distinguishing between the poke and the ball phase, like not like when the fight's already happening, not trying to bubble just for charge because I'm gonna need that at some point. Yeah, and then also for the Winston is mainly, I guess the gist of it is like engagement timing as well, and similar thing to Zarya, like with the line, let the enemy team do something rather than just trying to go for the back line like immediately.
Yeah, I would say this would be good. Okay. And yeah, obviously not forgetting, when we're looking at this line or the kill box in the way, then you need to keep tracking. Keep tracking your DPS supports where they are. So this way it will make it easy for you to decide what to do. afterwards. Exactly, look around, check where most of your team is. Mostly gonna be about with the moment when you have downtime. Yeah, if you recognize, okay, this is something where we reloading, maybe we're behind the cover, then you can definitely do that. It should be alright. Yeah, overall, we mentioned everything. I feel like what is the most important at this. Our mechanics been fine, our positioning been fine. Yeah, like map control, positioning, yeah, overall has been good. It's just a little bit of this resource management work on the Zarya. Yeah, and the Winston slightly more timing too, and we'll be alright. We'll be all good in the long term. Okay,